Hi Sagittarius, wanted to let you know that this month we've done 2 Sagittarian readings for May. Now this particular reading that you're about to watch is very specific. It came out as something that is not really a general reading. It came out as something that is really meant for certain individuals. And that's why we did another reading that is more general reading for the people that are not going through this particular situation. Now this situation involves Sagittarians who are dealing with a difficult issue involving an older parent or a parent who's going through a difficult, stressful health situation. So if this is not going to be resonant with you, please check out the other Sagittarius reading that I have, which is the Sagittarius love reading, which I will specifically put as the love reading. This is the Sagittarius general reading, and it has to do again with a family situation. It's a tough reading, I have to be honest, especially if you go to part 2, the Vimeo reading. But for those of you that are dealing with this specific issue, I feel that this is meant for you, and that's why we've put it out there. But again, it needn't be watched because it's a tough reading for those of you who are not dealing with this specific situation. So with that in mind, stay tuned if this is resonant with you. If not, please go to the other Sagittarius love reading. Thanks, Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your May 2019 He Said, She Said reading. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michelle.
My name is Richard.
We're doing the true He Said, She Said today, which means I'll be reading as you, Sagittarius, and Richard will be reading as the person that you're dealing with here in May. Depending on how you identify, either side could resonate, so please keep that in mind. Sagittarius, from Le Vampire, you've drawn the card of redemption. This is a card of absolution, one of forgiveness, penance. So it's either you or someone around you who is saying sorry, taking responsibility. There's an energy around this of lifting burdens that may have been carried on the weight of your shoulders or the shoulders of someone else for quite some time. The blame and self-punishment that you may have been inflicting upon yourself, or this person was inflicting upon themselves, here is an energy of something that has become toxic or poisonous energy. So it's a need to get something out there, to be open about something. So we'll see where this goes. Richard has pulled from the Angels deck the cards of child and entrepreneur.
Yeah, so child talks about you care deeply about children and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection and attention. So if you don't have children or children in your life, we may be talking about your inner child here. Another card that came out as I was shuffling these was entrepreneur, which will appeal to some of you but not all of you who are listening to this reading. Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your co-workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure that you have success in all ways.
So either one of you is working on something at the present time, maybe launching a business, something like that. So we'll see. I've already meditated on your energy, Sagittarius. So we'll cut the cards and we'll focus on the status of your relationship, how you feel about this person, the strengths of the relationship, the weaknesses, what you should continue to do in this situation, what you should stop doing, and the likely outcome here.
I'm going to lay down the same cards. Status of the relationship, how this person feels about you, Sagittarius, strengths, weaknesses, what this person should keep doing, what they should stop doing, and the outcome if nothing changes.
Let's take a look at the status. We've got the Five of Wands in reverse. So coming out of a period of conflict, finding that peace again. So it seems to be not wanting to fight with someone, not wanting any kind of battles, confrontations, just keeping things on that even keel.
Yeah, so status of relationship over here, Four of Wands, and that's in the upright. It's nice energy, stability, nice happy home.
Let's take a look and see how you're feeling about this person here. Sagittarius, you've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. So with this one, it could go one of two ways, but I do feel that the energy around this is more about not wanting to leave, or not wanting to leave this behind. There's an energy around you of wanting to work on this between you and this individual, rather than just leave it behind or abandon the situation. This is the energy that I'm picking up more so than anything. I don't think it's a situation here of anyone who should leave and is staying in a situation that they shouldn't. I think that because of this Five of Wands in reverse here and the Four of Wands, it's more about you not moving on. And the other person as well.
Right. Okay, so over here, how this person feels about you, Sagittarius. Two of Swords. So it's Two of Swords in the upright. It's an energy of sitting on the fence, trying to make a decision, but I think needing to make one as well. You can see this woman here is blindfolded, and there's an energy here of needing to take that blindfold off and see things clearly.
Let's have a look at the strengths between you. We've got Justice in reverse. So here, if there's been any kind of wrong done between you and this individual, it's about forgiving that. It's about putting things right. So there seems to be an opportunity if there's been any kind of inequality, unfair treatment, to put things on that more balanced scale, to even the ledger, to put things together again in the right way, and do things with each other in mind, because I feel that whatever this imbalance was, it led to someone feeling perhaps taken advantage of, or just that someone was taking on more of the work, more of the responsibility, and perhaps the other one was.
Yeah, I like that, because it talks about redemption, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I see in that card. Okay, so the strength for this person over here, the Chariot, it's about drive, it's about ambition. I like that energy, especially with the Four of Wands here.
Yeah.
It's about knowing getting a direction and knowing it. It does play a little bit against the Two of Swords here, because that implies that a decision has been made, but I think it's more like movement towards a decision, a movement towards taking this blindfold off.
Let's have a look at the weakness. The Hanged Man. Yeah. So here it's the opposite of the Chariot. It's inactivity. It's inaction, not taking any movement. So here what needs to happen is directed movement. So there can't be this stagnation, a feeling of nothing happening. Somebody needs to take action, and I feel with the Chariot there and redemption and Justice in reverse, this has a lot to do with somebody coming forward here and saying sorry and doing it for the right reasons.
And meaning it.
And meaning it, yeah.
So looking over here at the weakness for this person, the Hermit in reverse. So this speaks to the possibility that while this person may be contemplating, they may be doing inner work, sometimes they're going to lose their way. Sometimes they're going to pop out of that hermit mode and sometimes be in a situation where they're not their best selves. So I think that's what we're seeing here with this in reverse.
Let's have a look and see what you should continue to do here, Sagittarius. The Knight of Swords in reverse. So when it comes to any kind of action that you want to take, a spur-of-the-moment decision, it's a wait, a pause before taking action. So for you, it's very much an energy here of, when I look at the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse, you're not moving. You're not moving away from this. You're staying put. So here it's about not taking that action, not abandoning the situation, especially out of haste, something that isn't well thought through. But at the same time, I feel that this hangman is not really about you needing to take action or anything like that. It's more about the other person. So for you, it's inaction. For the other person, it's action. So I hope I'm making that clear here.
Yes, I like the Knight of Swords in reverse energy there. When it's in the upright, it has a reactive quality to it. When it's in the reverse, it has more of a responsive quality. Something where you think about what you're doing first before you do it. In that specific situation, as advice for what you should keep doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very much an energy here of not doing anything out of haste or anger.
Okay, so what this person should keep doing, we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Now, this for me means they should, I think, give up the fight. There's a energy here of obstinacy on this side, a stubbornness.
Yeah.
So I think being less stubborn is what I get from this card when it's in the reverse.
Let's take a look and see what you should stop doing here. We've got the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so with this one here as what you should stop doing, I want to get one more card, because for me the Three of Swords in reverse is actually a very positive energy. It's one of acceptance. So I'm wondering here, my initial thoughts is about accepting too much of the responsibility of past pain or heartbreak, rather than the other person taking their share of it.
Which I think requires more action on this side in order to make that happen.
That's the initial thoughts I have with this. But let's get one card on that Three of Swords in reverse. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, that imbalance of taking on too much of the responsibility, too much of the acceptance here, or perhaps just being accepting of someone who has broken your heart without fully getting from them that heartfelt apology.
Yeah, so it's interesting energy, but what it shows is that this person over here on this side needs to, I think they might be a little bit too comfortable. It's possible. And they need to give you a bit more of what you need over here, especially to gain their redemption, their forgiveness from you. Okay, let's take a look at what this person should stop doing. And we've got the Death card in reverse. So what they should stop doing is remaining stagnant. And Michelle got this energy from over here with the Hanged Man as being the weakness. The Death card in reverse is all about not changing. And the advice here is to stop doing that. To move forward, to transform, and not to give the action. I think it's all about the action that's required by this person, so that they don't feel like they're taking on the entire load here.
Yeah, and I can't help but get an energy around this. I have it as you, Sagittarius, but of course it could be vice versa. But I have it as you that may have taken on a lot of the guilt, needlessly, I think, of a relationship. Now, it could be a love relationship, it could be a family relationship, maybe even a relationship with a child. Or you could be the child here. But I get the sense here, I don't mean child, I don't mean I'm actually speaking to a child. I'm speaking to someone who is thinking about a parental figure, that kind of energy that I'm getting here. So what I get for you is that if there's any kind of feelings of taking on too much of the responsibility of someone else's pain, for you, I get that you needn't do it. It's very interesting energy that I'm picking up around this, and I feel it has a lot to do with things, the weight that you're carrying around on your shoulders that you needn't.
Yeah, it's needless weight.
It's needless weight. I don't think this other person is holding you responsible. They have their fair share of guilt as well, but they don't seem to be holding you responsible for whatever they're going through. So I think that in order for you to feel less stressed, Sagittarius, it's about you not becoming overwhelmed and not taking on too much of the guilt or responsibility for any kind of heartbreaking situation. It doesn't have to be love. Any kind of thing that you're feeling pain about.
Yeah, keep in mind, Sagittarius, you might have been wronged by this person as well.
It's possible.
And you may be deserving of that. They might have done something that they need to be forgiven for.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the outcome. We've got the Page of Cups in reverse. You know, with this one, it's interesting because it's not about naivety. It's not about any kind of... I don't pick up any kind of vanity here or any kind of narcissistic behaviour. I don't feel it's that. And I don't feel it's attention seeking by this other person either. It's really just...
I get the sense it's like child energy.
It is child energy, yeah, definitely. Naivety, growing up. I get the sense here that it's whatever this heartbreak is. It's an emotional situation for you.
I think it's kept Sagittarius here in a mode of naivety, sort of in that child mode.
Yes.
And there needs to be a movement of the relationship to a new level.
Yeah, one where people accept the responsibility rather than one perhaps feeling responsible for another or taking on responsibility or guilt attached to something that they needn't attach it to. It's quite a deep reading, and I'm sure we're going to go further in depth in this in part 2, but first let's have a look at the outcome over there.
Okay, so the outcome on this side, we have the Lovers in reverse, which speaks to a big decision about a love relationship. But you know, it could be a relationship between a parent and child. It could also be a relationship between two people as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're talking about a breakup here or a physical separation, but it does indicate to me, I think it's a movement to a new level of a relationship.
Yeah,
it's a big change to a relationship. And in this instance, with these cards around it, I don't see that as being a negative change or that it need be a negative change.
Right.
I look down here at the Eight of Cups in reverse. That's why I'm thinking that this is not a situation where we're talking about a breakup here. Yeah,
you're not leaving each other behind. You're not leaving each other in the lurch or anything like that. But nevertheless, there's a big decision that needs to be made here, and it has something to do with someone taking on too much of a weight on their shoulders around some kind of heartbreaking situation. Again, it doesn't have to be love. It could be family related.
But Michelle's right. It's a very deep reading, and there's a lot to clarify here. I'm really interested to see where this lover card goes, and we'll clarify that in part 2. There
is a choice that needs to be made here, but it's one in which needs to be made on a mature level, a mature discussion. Something needs to happen here. I feel it's this moment of forgiveness. And before this decision can be made from a mature standpoint, because remember, this is about not taking hasty action before you know all the details, before the discussion has been had. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. I hope that you join us there. Lots to clarify. It'll be about another 30-minute reading. So if this is resonating, please join us there. The link is below in the descriptions box. If you are interested in your own personal he said, she said reading, please email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also in the box below, Sagittarius. So wishing you the best with this. If we don't see you in part 2, we hope that you have a good rest of May here, and we will speak to you soon for the June readings.
Goodbye and good luck, Sagittarius.